Assalamu alaikum, boys. Welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. Today I'm going to be talking about bulking. I recently just started cutting. I was on I was on the bulk for around, let's say, I was on the bulk for a couple of months. I went really deep into it. I gained around 10 kg, I think. Yeah, 10 kg. I just wanted to give you the kind of experience that I had with bulking. I think it's my second bulk now, but this one I really hate. This one I gained the most amount of weight, I think. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't know what bulking is, it's eating in a calorie surplus, which means eating more than you need to stay the same weight, and also training at the same time. Basically, the goal of bulking is just gain muscle in it, and that is definitely what I did. But also I gained a fair amount of fat as well, which I'm going to get into anyway. Yeah, this video is just going to be about the impacts of bulking, and I'll split it into some nice parts. We have the mental, physical, and spiritual impacts of bulking. So let's just start. First of all, let's start with physical, because obviously the main reason you bulk is to gain more physical mass. First of all, the main impact of bulking and the main goal of bulking is to gain muscle, which you will do if you bulk properly. But at the same time, you will also gain fat, which basically you just can't stop, and it's a part of bulking. And the only way to really minimize fat gain on a bulk is to clean bulk, which is basically eating kind of, I don't know, healthy foods instead of fast food every single day. I kind of started clean bulking, and then I think it slowly transitioned into a dirty bulk towards the end because I needed to eat more and more calories. Really, at the end is where I gained most of the fat. As a side effect of gaining more fat or just eating more in general, you start feeling a bit more lethargic, which means basically just tired kind of all the time. Also, you're bloated like half the day because you've literally probably always just eaten something. And obviously, these physical effects get worse the longer you bulk. And the kind of crap thing about bulking is that the longer the time that you bulk for, the more likely it is that you're going to gain fat. Yeah, you can't perma bulk forever. You're going to want to cut eventually, or just go on a mini cut or cut until you're lean, like I'm going to do, inshallah. So that's a bit of the kind of bad side effects. Now let's get into the one of the best side effects of bulking, which is training and your performance in training. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Training just feels sick when you're bulking, man. Like, you're strong, you feel energetic when you're training. It's just more fun. Obviously, the pumps are sick. The feeling that you get is sick. You know, and everything is just good in training. But the real problem lies outside, or when you're not training. You may throw up at times, which I did one time when I ate too much, when I ate too many potatoes. But it is what it is. I feel like eating on a bulk is you can liken it to training in a way, because if you think about it, you're gonna want to eat when you don't want to eat. Sometimes you need to train when you don't want to train, is what I'm trying to say. Honestly, the whole process might just feel weird in general, because the thing is about bulking, it's not natural in the sense of the word, because your body wants to stay the same weight. Your body doesn't want to go up or it doesn't want to go down. That's why cutting and bulking feel weird, or you just feel uncomfortable, because that's the process of it. That's what you're gonna have to sacrifice or experience in return for getting to your goals. The last impact that I'm gonna talk about is sleep. So the thing about sleeping, there's like two factors which affect it. There's the bloating, and there's kind of the what's it called. Basically, let's talk about the bloating first. So you're bloated. It's kind of hard to sleep because you're just full, and you're about to throw up like when you're sleeping. So obviously that affects your sleep. And also, the kind of also, if you don't hit your calories by the end of the day, and you're ready to sleep already, but you need to hit those calories obviously because you're bulking, you're probably going to delay your sleep in order to get the calories that you need, which is a bit of a dumb thing to do, but you need to do it if you're going to bulk properly. So yeah, those are the two factors which affect sleep the most while you're bulking. Oh yeah, by the way, this isn't a face cam video. This is just a voiceover, and there's probably gym videos in the background. Probably some bicep curls, some leg presses, maybe some incline machines. Oh yeah, that's it for the physical side effects, I guess. Bro, I feel like I'm doing like a study on myself. This is a bit weird. So next up we have mental effects. So first of all, you develop okay, so first of all, you may develop brain fog, which is basically that kind of unclear mind feeling that you get sometimes. It kind of happens when you're under eating, and it happens when you can overeat as well, which is obviously what you're doing when you're bulking. This obviously also depends if you're clean bulking or you're dirty bulking. Obviously, when you're dirty bulking, you're going to experience more brain fog than if you're clean bulking. One of the other things about, I guess, the physical impact of bulking is stress. The main thing you're stressing about while you're bulking is getting enough calories in or getting enough protein in. It's mainly about your eating. Training is fine. I mean, training actually relieves stress. So yeah, train a lot and eat a lot. That's basically what bulking is. Oh yeah, if you haven't noticed by now, this isn't a tutorial on how to bulk. I think I've done that already, but I might do a more detailed video later. So another thing is your body image may improve because obviously you're bulking, you're gaining muscle, you get into your dream physique or whatever. But that might go away pretty quickly once you start gaining fat. So I don't know if that's really a really like a good thing to, I guess, put in terms of bulking side effects. And also your mental health might get affected by your spirituality getting affected, which I'm going to be talking about next. But yeah, the fact that you're, I guess, not as, yeah, I guess not as spiritual as you once were. I mean, this is just for me. This is just my experience. But yeah, that might affect your mental health. So yeah, that's a mental side effect as well. All right, final part. We're talking about spirituality, the effect on your iman, the effect on your sincerity, everything like that. First of all, your concentration in salah is, or at least for me, is going to decrease somewhat. As I've said before, you're bloated half the time, so it's going to be hard to physically pray, and that brain fog is going to mess up your concentration as well. It actually reminds me of a hadith that the Prophet peace be upon him once said that the worst container that man can fill is his stomach. And I'm going to talk about this a bit later as well. But bulking has actually increased my awareness of why overeating is so bad. And the next thing is another thing that overeating causes is laziness. The laziness really, really sets in. You're tired all the time. Obviously, I talked about the physical side effects of the lethargy. Brain fog's in. You don't want to do anything. You just want to lay down and literally just chill. Like, all you want to do when you're bulking is chill, train, and eat, and then that's it. So yeah, I was researching, and the Prophet's wife, Aisha, radiallahu anha, actually said the first trial to occur in this nation after the passing of the Prophet, peace be upon him, was people eating to their fill, which is, overeating. For when people fill their stomachs, their bodies fattened, their hearts hardened, and their desires are uncontrollable. And I'm just about to talk about this, but yeah, that's just laziness. You know what I'm saying? People are overeating. I mean, we have the obesity epidemic right now, or the obesity pandemic, I guess, because it's a worldwide thing. But yeah, people getting obese. Most of the adults in the UK are overweight. That's an actual statistic. And yeah, it's just a big, big problem. And at this point, I probably want to remind you that please, plan out your bulks. Don't just eat and just hope for the best. Plan out when you want to stop bulking, or what way, or how do you want to look before you stop bulking, and stick to it. Because if you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just eat until I guess I'll get strong. I mean, what does get strong mean? Like, what weight do you want to hit? How do you want to look? Like, exactly. Because then you can stop bulking and prevent yourself from getting too overweight. Yeah, I mentioned this briefly earlier, but yeah, the bulk has actually taught me a lot about the restrictions, or the kind of warning Islam gives about overeating is very, very valid. It's very, very important. You see these people just walking around eating whatever they want, doing whatever they want, and it just, bulking is kind of, it gave me a sense of what that kind of life is like, what that causes, how that affects you. And obviously I did bulking for my own reasons, trying to get big. But these people aren't training. They're not bulking in the sense that I am. They're just eating. And it's very sad to see. So yeah, alhamdulillah for Islam, man. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be anywhere without it. I wouldn't be anywhere without it. I think that's a good note to leave off on. Inshallah, this video gives you some more information about what the effects of bulking even are, how to properly implement bulking, stuff like that, and just some things to think about if you want to start bulking. Don't let this video stop you from bulking, by the way. If you want to get big, then bulk. You know what I'm saying? The Prophet peace be upon him said that the strong believer is better than the weak believer. So yeah, take that advice as well. Obviously, there's goodness in both, but you know, it is how it is. I'm trying to get big as well, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's about it. Take care.